What's up, family? The world is so corrupt. The government is so corrupt. How many lawmakers in Congress are only pushing bills to receive additional money back into their pockets, even if it means that the average American will have to suffer as a consequence? Well, you probably don't have a clue. Me either, but I do know for a fact we need to do something about it. And then it seems like everyone today is so upset. They're angry about something. The world needs a reboot, if you will. Or should I say we need a sanity check, a cleansing, if you will. Do you guys agree? Well, one lawmaker of Florida seems to believe that the answer going into the next election season is for America to be sanitized. Starting off, a USPS or a postal worker in Dallas, Texas, ended up dying yesterday after passing out because of the extreme heat that we are receiving here in the DFW area. And as you can see right here, guys, this is an image of that particular postal worker. He was a African American guy, and he was delivering mail, guys, and ended up passing out. And basically, they're saying that it's because of the excessive heat that we are dealing with right now. Well, his name is Eugene Gates Jr., and the family is saying that he is a postal worker and he died in the Lakewood area on Tuesday. The heat index reached nearly 115 degrees. So anyways, guys, just real quick, I solicit you to go ahead and send up a few prayers for him and his family because he looks like he's a pretty young guy and ended up losing his life on the job, guys. So anyways, guys, we definitely want to keep him and their family in our prayers in the meantime. Also, speaking of delivery workers, UPS, yes, guys, they are about to go on strike, which is the first biggest strike that they have had since 1959. And yes, guys, they are planning on this if they are unable to get what they demand in regards to being employees of UPS. Now, it says right here that UPS workers are gearing up for a potential strike that will be the biggest U.S. labor walkout since the 1950s. And members of the Teamsters Union, which represents about 340,000 workers at the package delivery company, voted overwhelmingly on Friday to strike if no agreement is reached with UPS by the time the current contract expires at the end of next month. Now, again, if this multi-million-dollar corporation fails to deliver on the contract that our hardworking members deserve, UPS will be striking itself, according to the president of Teamsters. And yes, guys, some 97% of voting members approved of a strike, although the voting turnout was not immediately known. Now, the union is seeking things like higher pay, the elimination of so-called two-tier wages, where newer workers are paid less than older employees for the same job doing the same work. Also, the removal of surveillance cameras from delivery trucks, as well as offering more full-time jobs. So yes, guys, this is not necessarily a huge thing that they are asking for. It pretty much sounds very basic, but anyways, UPS is having a struggle trying to offer these minimal of things that the union is asking for. So anyways, guys, they probably will go ahead and accept this and approve of it before the deadline, which is going to be July 31st. So again, guys, if you or someone you know, or you receive a lot of packages every single day from Amazon.com, guys, you could be on the verge of not being able to receive your packages if the UPS and their workers decide to go on strike by the end of next month. So again, guys, just keep that in the back of your head in the meantime, and hopefully it doesn't lead to this, guys. Hopefully they can get what they want and move on with their lives, and people can continue to receive their Amazon packages every single day. So anyways, guys, moving on to some more important news, guys. We do want to talk about the world, the economy, everyone needing to be sanitized. What are we talking about? Well, the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, recently spoke to some voters in Nevada, and in that particular speech, he said that, look, we need to restore sanity in this country. Yes, guys, the Republican presidential candidate of Florida, Ron DeSantis, called for a return of sanity in America and once again took aim at a woke ideology during a campaign stop in Nevada last week. He said, look, we need to restore sanity in this country, according to the Reno Gats Journal. He also said that, look, we need to restore a sense of normalcy to our communities. We need to make sure our institutions institutions have integrity. And yes, guys, the Florida governor was criticized the dumpster fire of woke ideology in a Democrat-led city, suggesting that the U.S. is off the rails and insanity is reigning supreme right now. And the country is in a decline, he said, according to the Nevada Independent. But I don't think that decline it is inevitable. I think it's a choice. It's a choice we as Americans will make over the next 18 months. And that is because we get the opportunity in 18 months to choose who we want to have for the next president of the United States. So anyways, guys, Ron DeSantis is saying that we've got to do better. We have got to sanitize America. We have got to have Americans completely sanitized and get over this woke ideology and things like that, and some other things that I won't go into on this particular video. But anyways, guys, he believes that that's all we need right now to just clear things up a bit. And yes, guys, I would actually agree on this, and I would actually take it a step further. A lot of people are actually angry in this country right now. It seems like everybody on TV, on the news stations, in politics, lawmakers, they continue to battle across the aisles. They continue to go pretty much almost stabbing each other. And then after we saw what happened on the riot on January the 6th, I mean, guys, things are just getting crazy in the world today. And I think it kind of all started during the beginning of the pandemic, and pretty much people were forced to stay at home, which caused a lot of people to have mental issues and caused them to be more angry about the situation and just overall. But we need to get back to some form of normalcy, like Governor Ron DeSantis has stated. And yes, guys, like I said, people are angry right now. And speaking of angry, some of you might agree with this and some of you might not agree with this in regards to the former President Donald Trump. Sometimes he can appear to be a little bit angry, and sometimes that's just his nature. That's just how he acts. But anyways, guys, he was actually asked during an interview on Fox News in regards to his temperament and getting angry and things like that. And Trump responded in Trump fashion. Yes, guys, Trump actually blamed the press for his actions, for the way that he responds to certain things and how he handles things in front of the media and off camera as well. And shockingly enough, he said that, look, I'd actually like to be less combative. Yes, guys, the former president Donald Trump said that he would like to be viewed as less controversial if he was elected in the second stint in the White House of 2024. He said in his statement that, look, I would like to be less controversial. He told Fox News anchor Brett Baer during a wide-ranging interview that at times kind of grew contentious. He said that, look, I find that the press is extremely dishonest, and if I'm not combative, I don't get my word across. He also said that, look, I don't think you can win if you're not combative. So anyways, guys, yes, this is pretty much in line, I would agree, because the media on both sides of the aisles continue to say different things that the other side doesn't necessarily agree with, which pretty much causes, if you will, some individuals to be upset about it. And pretty much sometimes they actually voice their opinion in regards to the comments that are made inside of the media. And Trump has for years railed against what he calls fake news media over its coverage of the various scandals that have consistently followed him throughout his political career. Now, Trump has more recently signed out of Fox News, the top watched cable news network, over its coverage of his leading Republican rivals and refusal to back his false claims of voter fraud that happened back in 2020. So anyways, guys, moral of this particular story is that Trump says that he doesn't necessarily like being combative. He would actually like to be less combative. But anyways, guys, take that with a grain of salt. But anyways, guys, that is in regards to Americans being angry, not just Donald Trump, but all Americans just being angry at a time like this, guys. And a lot of people are struggling right now, guys. So that is putting extra pressure on different Americans, depending on what bracket you actually lay in, such as low-income Americans, because you're struggling trying to put food on the table, trying to be able to afford your bills, not getting kicked out or evicted from your homes. All of these different types of stresses causes pressure on us, guys, and it's just hard to actually deal with it at some particular time. So anyways, guys, also one thing that is causing a lot of Americans as of recently, especially for the Republicans, is that the president Biden, his son, Hunter Biden, just struck a plea deal in regards to the tax evasion as well as the gun charges. This is causing a lot of Republicans to be upset about this because they believe that this particular deal that he struck was unfair. They are saying that if you compare his plea deal to the issue that Donald Trump is facing right now, they are like night and day, in which they believe that he is getting off the hook with pretty much no issues whatsoever. And yes, guys, as of recently, you guys heard it earlier this week that Hunter Biden said that he was pleading guilty to avoiding paying taxes, I believe $1.2 million, as well as pleading guilty to having a gun and these particular gun charges that is going against him as well. And yes, guys, the president's son has agreed to plead guilty to a pair of tax-related misdemeanors and enter into a diversion agreement that would enable him to avoid prosecution on one felony gun charge, which would potentially end a years-long probe from the Department of Justice. And yes, guys, Hunter Biden will acknowledge his failure to pay taxes on income that he received during the time between 2017 and 2018, according to the agreement. And in exchange, prosecutors will recommend probation, meaning that he will likely avoid going to prison for the gun charge. He will agree to pretrial diversion, with that charge being dropped if he adheres to certain terms. So anyways, guys, the Republicans are furious about this because they're saying that it is not fair, especially when you look back and you compare what Hillary Clinton did in regards to setting up that mail server and pretty much holding all of those confidential documents and different things like that on her mail server. So they are trying to compare these apples to apples, or either apples to oranges, and they're saying that this is not fair, and this is only because President Biden has the DOJ on his team, in which they didn't necessarily want to prosecute their son and send him to prison. So anyways, guys, a lot of Americans are believing that Hunter Biden was actually received a sweetheart deal, but the legal experts are now weighing in on this perspective. Number one, they are saying that these particular gun charges, they are not necessarily that serious. It is a gun charge. However, they are saying that most federal gun charges are dealing with an action that was taking place with that particular gun. But in Hunter Biden's perspective, he just actually had the gun. There was actually no crime that was actually committed with the actual gun. So that is according to the legal expert, not Budget Bill. But then also, guys, in regards to avoiding paying taxes, they are saying that the DOJ has enough information to charge him and find out that he was actually avoiding it, and he kind of hid this information. However, he did strike this particular deal, and pretty much they are saying that even though this does face up to a 15-year sentencing for tax evasion, he was actually received a little bit of a deal. Whether or not this is because of who his dad is right now, or whether or not the DOJ is in support of the Democrats or even the Biden administration, we still don't know yet, guys. But they are saying that this particular case is closed. However, it is an ongoing still investigation. Now, again, the legal experts have stated that that is just normal for the DOJ to always say that the investigation is ongoing, even though they are pretty much figured out what the particular sentencing is, and it is pretty much over. So yes, guys, what do you think about this? Do you think that Hunter Biden should have faced years in prison, up to 15 years by the documentation, or do you believe that this was rightful because he actually pleaded guilty versus going to court and actually trying to fight, saying that he did not do this? Let me know what you think about this, guys, down below in the comment section. I'm curious to see how you feel about this. And then in regards to Hunter Biden, we did get a response from the former president, Donald Trump, and what he thinks about this particular plea deal by Hunter Biden. And yes, guys, not shockingly enough, Donald Trump says that Hunter Biden got off with a traffic ticket. And yes, guys, he slams the DOJ, saying that they are corrupt. It is a corrupt justice system, and they need to do something about it. And that is why he said that if he is elected for a second term in 2024, he is going to fire everybody from the Justice Department because they are corrupt, they are crooks, and they need to do their jobs the right way. And yes, guys, that is coming from Donald Trump himself. And Trump says that one of his own family members would be facing hundreds of years if that was them. However, because it is President Biden's son, he pretty much got off with a traffic ticket. Guys, what do you think about this? Do you agree? I mean, this is a great analogy because basically Hunter Biden is only going to have probation, which is pretty much just a slap on the wrist, if you will. So anyways, guys, that is what's going on right now. But overall, we do need America to be sanitized right now. We do need to stop getting so upset, so furious. We need to focus on mental health in this country. We also need to focus on a lot of other things. We do need to help the American people out who are struggling right now, the low-income Americans in this country. Because if the inflation goes up, Americans are struggling even more, which is something that we're going to be talking about on the next video. So you definitely want to stay tuned so that you don't miss out on that. But anyways, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check out some of the items down below in the description. A few ways for you to be able to earn some free money or some free cash, such as signing up for a Webull account if you are a new customer, where they are going to give you 12 free stocks for free, which could be worth $3,000. And all you have to do is sign up, deposit $1, and then you're going to get these free stocks. It is a great way for you to be able to start your investing journey right now. And it only costs $1. Anyways, if you are interested, that link will be down below. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.